It's time to make big boom boom. MCFB Thursday Night Live. Come to my house, come to my classroom. I want to do some education tonight. Come join me. I'm going to wait for you. I'm not going to start this class till my classroom fills up. Come. My boat is ready to leave the dock pretty quick here. Okay, what's up, Summer Bronson? Good to see you, girl. Who's also in my boat? Oh, come and make the call. Autumn Borland! Come on and help me make some big boom boom. Hey, Autumn, I just want to see tonight. MC, it's coming. Here we are. Oh my God, Kelly Poston. Come on in and see me. Good to see you, Cal. Shannon Wolseley, you be in the house too. MCFB Live, time to make some, big boom boom. I got a great show. I'm going to wait a few more minutes. Randy Kunkel's in my house. He's bringing... Randy K, get the damn elephant out of the living room. You know better than that. Who else is in my house? Stevie Good, do me a favor, will ya? Get the freaking monkeys off my bus. Who else is in my house? Kelly Boyle. Hey, from PA. Hey, Cal, get in my car. I'm getting ready to go to work. Camma, hey, good to see you. Hey, man, the boat is, the boat's at the dock. We're getting ready to leave. Kinsey Richmond, good to see you. You guys ready to go to work? How much did I time? I waited about 2-3 minutes. We got to go to work tonight. Kenzie, good to see you. Randy K's in my house. Oh, man, it's really good to see you. What's it? Have friends who should see this? Share it with them so they can watch too. All right, come on in. Well, anyway, welcome. Tonight's a special night. It's a very special place in my heart because tonight is the night that we begin working on the fourth and final masterpiece. Welcome to MCFB Live, Above and Beyond the Top. Hey, Randy K, does the top look familiar to you? It should, because 30 years ago, we brought a little off the top to the world. Then, 20 years after that, we brought a little more off the top in 2005. And then we got over the top in 2010. Guess what we're working on? Above and Beyond the Top. And unlike the previous two, Over the Top has been in schools, along with a little more off the top since 2005. So we've had thousands and thousands of students graduate. Big deal. It is a big freaking deal because they've been out making big boom boom, Lynette and Laura and Shannon. I know you're so excited too. So am I, Shannon. So the entire book and all of the video series from now on is going to be from graduates of top 20 schools. We got Summit Salon Academies. We got T-Spas. We've got City Points. Oh man, I mean, we've got CFI, we got the in CPI, in PCI. I spent $1,000 on my freaking eyes, and now my damn mouth won't work. You know that, man? All right, anyway, I'm getting kind of silly. Yes, it is above and beyond, Randy. So it's discovering awesome best practices of the new top 20. And tonight, Elizabeth Struth, you've been waiting for it. I got a very special guest. He's a great friend. Blake Reed Evans. He is a top 20 squared, as in 20 times 20. I mean, him and all of the interviews we're going to be bringing on henceforth. Yes, Heather Bagby joined. Hey, HB, I've got Blake going to be joining us in just a couple of minutes. He is a graduate of Summit Salon Academy. Graduated, I think, in, I'll give you his stats in a second. He's now at Sheer Arts Salon Spa, and let me tell you what, baby. He's making big boom boom. So if you really track him, last year, this year, he's a six-figure behind the chair W-2 with tips. That's called $100,000 plus. That is Damn right, making big ching-ching. Well over 100 referrals a year. Rebooking 65% of them, runs at plus 15% RTS. And as I said, his growth since graduating from Summit Salon Academy has been nothing short of amazing. He is currently 25 years old. He is a level 4 at Sheer Art Salon. Actually, he doesn't want me saying 4A, but I said, hey, Blake, you're working with associates, man. So in my mind, you're like a hybrid 4A. And when he graduated from Summit Salon Academy in 2011, he graduated as a level 4 student, which is the highest you can get. And so he's been out and leaving, and I wanted him to come on tonight to tell his story. And I've got a couple of things I want to do to interview him in a second. And yes, by the way, he is a social media ninja, Shannon. You can find him on Facebook with a business page. You can also find him on Instagram as well. And he's posting and picking and filling gaps every day. So I think he's earned the right. And like I said, tonight, what I really want him to talk about is the first lesson in all 3 books is the 80-20 principle. The 80-20 rule, the 80-20 metaphor, as you know, it's the first idea, the first profound idea that we teach to everybody coming into the summit work. It was given to me about 35, 40 years ago. It changed my life. You're going to see tonight that as Blake would say, as the 80-20 stuff continued to get in him, it took him from where he was to a great place. So what I'm going to do is I want him to really take us on a little journey. I'll interview him. I want him to talk a little bit about what his life used to be like before he went to Summit Salon Academy. Then what happened to him when he enrolled and as he started getting the 80-20 stuff into himself and how it started to change him. And then I'm going to have him talk a little bit about what it's like today, because he's just getting warmed up. I mean, this guy is 25 years old and he's white hot. So without any further ado, let me get him on the phone so that he can get us going. And I'm gonna bring him in FaceTime. And we were trying to make this work earlier, and if it gets upside down, I'll call him again. I'll bring him up. Oh, there he is, Blake Evans. Give him a big round of applause, my friend. All right. So did you hear me bragging on you?
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much.
Well, get us going, because you and I were chatting, and your story is just amazing. I want you to give them a taste of what you were into and what you were like before you enrolled in Summit Salon Academy and started hanging out with Top 20.
Yeah. So, if you look at high school, I was really, really involved, and I felt like I had a purpose. Then I went to college because, that's kind of what everybody does. And I did nothing but socialize. Like, I didn't like to go to class. I was just hanging out with my friends. And I knew that that wasn't the route for me. So it was a drop of the hat decision. My friend and I were, like, coloring each other's hair. And we were both like, why don't we go to hair school? So literally the next day we toured Summit Salon Academy, and they gave me the option. They were like, you can start in 8 weeks or you can start tomorrow. So I dropped out of school and started Summit Salon Academy, and then that's where it all began.
And you told me that the tipping point for you at Summit Salon Academy, I don't want to give it away, but as you were looking at what they were offering, there was one piece of profound knowledge that got your attention. Talk about that a second.
Yeah, so at Summit Salon Academy, when I toured, versus some of the schools that I toured, they talked about business and, like, this is how much you could possibly make in this career as long as you follow the principles that we teach here. So whenever I saw that, being somebody that was interested in studying marketing previously, I knew that was the right choice for me.
Awesome. Now, the other thing that happened is that you something happened in school to you. That, once you're enrolled and you start getting, into the curriculum, you started getting exposed to the 80-20 stuff, and then something really cool happened. Talk about that.
Yeah, so in school, that was the first time that I had ever heard 80-20, and that's whenever I realized that this career is my decision, that I have the control, and that success itself is a decision. And I also realized almost immediately that I am no longer a peer with my friends who are in college, that when you're in college, you have all the time in the world to socialize and do your studies. When you're in hair school, you have such a short amount of time to really get your career set up properly. And I knew that I had to have the decision to have the top 20 mindset and to start separating myself from the bottom 80.
Yeah, I mean, I remember as you and I were conversing on the phone, you were saying that there was something that clicked, and you said, you know what, I'm going to go for this thing. And going for the gold in a Summit Salon Academy was level 4, but you don't have a lot of time to screw around. So talk about like how you navigated through that, because there's a lot of people that don't make it.
Yeah, I mean, I remember being in school. It's probably the third weekend, and I was sitting there, and they were like, the top goal is level 4. So being the driven person I was like, okay, well, that's what I'm going to do. This is exactly what I'm going to do. And in the scheme of things, at the time, the school was only 1,200 hours. So that means you spent 8 weeks in basics, and then you only have that short amount of time on the floor, meaning that you have to qualify and jump every single month, because in school you qualify for 1 month and then you jump the next. So I just knew that I had to focus. I had to hit my numbers straight out of the gate. That means my first month on the floor at school, I had to qualify for level 2 numbers at the school level. And, I was really thankful to be able to do it. And I just knew that if I kept going at it, that it was going to pay off in the long run.
Yeah, when you were talking to me, there's no wiggle room. It's like you set the goal, you qualify 1 month, you jump the next, you celebrate for about 2 minutes, you go to qualify, and that's why a lot of people don't make it. So you were like, focused on steroids.
Yeah, I mean, it was just it was this laser focused thing, and obviously college wasn't for me, and being at Summit Salon Academy was the exact decision. It was like a melting pot of everything I experienced in high school. I was almost on the right track with my studies in college, but once I landed at Summit Salon Academy, heard the goals that I had to do, because that's what I love the system for, is that everything is black and white. Like you do it, and here's how you do it, and you can achieve it. And I just loved having that map.
All right, so fast forward. It's been, what did you tell me? You graduated, was it 2011?
Yep, I graduated February 2011.
All right, so this is like 2017. You're killing it behind the chair. You're in 6-figure turf now. You're climbing really. I mean, you're going like ballistic. So how does 80/20 show up for you? How are you using it in real time today? 6-7 years later.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that as you're growing and as you're hitting your goals and you're becoming successful, there might be people in your life, whether it's friends or even family members, that might have a bottom 80 mindset, meaning that as a top 20 person, you have to keep that relationship at arm's length. It's not to say that that relationship can't exist, but you are the sum of the 5 people that you surround yourself by. And I truly believe that. So just in the salon, I have always made sure I surrounded myself by somebody who inspires me. And I did the same thing in school. It's like somebody who had that same exact mindset, and we push each other. We hit each other with goals and say, oh, I'm going to do this much, but it's all in good fun and to making sure that we grew each other. And I find that to be true today. It's just something that it's really important to me to have somebody to hit goals with, to chat numbers with, and who takes their career as seriously as I do.
Yeah, as I'm listening to you, Blake, and I was just in a school yesterday, and I was talking to the students about you, and there's something that as I listen to your story, as all of us get exposed to the 80/20, that definable moment, it's like we wake up and you go, okay, man, there's only 2 ways we're going to take this. Every day when we come to school, or every day you come to the salon, or every hour that you're in the book, I'm either going to take the advantage of the potential good for myself, or I'm going to take the same stuff for granted. And 8 out of 10 people take it for granted. And what you take for granted, you lose. And as you know, when you're taking advantage of that opportunity, you're maximizing it. So you're really kind of you're a vision. You're more than a vision. You're proof of what's possible when someone's ready to get a life.
Yes, I mean, thank you so much. It's just it's all there for us. Like the whole system is laid out. You have a little more over the top. Like you have the way that you should navigate everything from the greeting your guests to retailing to what your service offering should be. Then you have your earning potential, and you have your numbers and your goals, and it's all laid out for you in the system.
Yeah, and you also said a cool slogan. I want to make sure that our audience tonight has it. You know, you are the sum of the 5 people you hang out with. So it's as you began waking up, and as we're all waking up, you said something else, and that is, I loved how you used the term keeping an arm's length distance from people in our life that we love, but they're not on that place. They're not about that mindfulness. So you love them, but you want to be very mindful of how much of what they say you take to heart, because as you said, it can be discouraging. People get jealous. People get envious. So that's what it is.
Yeah, and those 5 people include whoever your life partner is. So I have my fiance, Jade. We found out that she was pregnant right before I got into hair school, and she's been there. She's been my biggest fan, biggest supporter. She's incredible. She stays at home with our daughter, so I can chase my career, and I'm really thankful for that. Your partner is included in that sum of 5 people, so make sure your best friend, in life is also in that top 20 mindset. And if it's not, you can still love them. They can still be your friend, but you can't take their bottom 80 mindset to heart. You have to keep it at arm's length.
I love it. Last but not least, there's going to be a lot of students, Blake, that, well, they're sitting in a seat that you sat in 6-7 years ago. They're in their first 10 hours, 100 hours, 200-300 hours, or maybe they've got senioritis. So knowing what you know now, in a paragraph or a couple of paragraphs, what could you say to them that might raise the probability that they cross the threshold that you cross, that I cross, that a lot of us cross, where you just decide, I'm going to go for it?
Yeah, just know that you have, absolute control over your future. It's your everyday decisions lead up to the end result. And as the days get long, just remember that the weeks are short and that the work is going to pay off, because you're going to earn so much more than your friends, and you're going to earn it at a more rapid pace. And it's not to say that other careers aren't great, because they are, but you have control. Us in our industry, we don't have to wait for somebody else to tell us that we got a promotion. We look at our numbers and know that we have the promotion. So just stay inspired, constantly be supportive, and use social media to stay inspired and just see other people that you want to be like, and just kind of follow their path. Engage them, DM them, message them, and just always look for inspiration and just follow the system. There's so many people that cherry pick the system, saying like, I'm going to do referrals, but I'm not going to worry about retail. And there's proof in the pudding that you have to follow the whole system and follow it to a T, and don't cherry pick, and it'll pay off in the end. And it's going to happen quicker than you could have ever imagined if you just do everything with enthusiasm, with a smile, always being nice at the end of the day, and you have to think intelligently as well.
Well, thank you, my friend. We're out of time. I feel like we spent 3 days with you in the last 10 minutes, so the wisdom was coming out. You were talking in tongues tonight. I'll follow up. And I want to have you back when we get into some of the other lessons on above and beyond the top and over the top. We got Big Four, we got Power Wheel, we got the planner. There's so much I want you to bring your experience, because I'm going to do a couple of videos now on what 80/20 is down the road for people that are just new to the work. So I'll let you get back to your fam. Thanks for hanging out with us. Give it up one more time for Blake Reed Evans. Please give it up. Stay well, my friend.
Thank you. You too.
Awesome. So, in a nutshell, I got about a minute left with you, just in case you missed it. I've got it. College before hair school, he was going through the motions. Why? Because he didn't know what his calling was, and it was basically what he was supposed to do. And then he gets this call somewhere between, halfway through the semester, and he answers the call. He goes to check out some hair schools. He tours Summit Salon Academy. He drops out of college that day. That's a big risk. I'm sure you get a lot of heat from parents. Goes to school, starts focusing on the business part, the hair part. First time he hears 80/20, there was something about it. He found it empowering that I can control my life more than be controlled by my life. Right, Elizabeth? And so he decides he's going to take it up. He sets a goal in the third week of school to go for level 4. And because of the short hours and after basics, he gets on the floor. You got to qualify 1 month, jump the next, no screwing around, focused on steroids, kaboom, at 1,500 hours. He's a level 4. 80/20 today, he sets a goal, celebrates it, wins it, moves on to the next goal, and then he keeps an arm's distance in relationships with people that, for whatever reasons, it's not like we're judging them, they're just not about 80/20 mindfulness. And as he said, that we are the sum of the 5 people we hang out with. So staying clear of discouragers, people that are jealous, don't taking it with take it with a grain of salt. Stay away from those people. And so, great interview tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. And let me see. We got Wendy. Shannon Woosley, did you like it? It was really big boom, boom. So next Thursday. Oh, and if you're new to us, you can get on summitsalon.com/product page to pick up the book as we're working on the videos. We've got the planner. We've got the tracking app. If you go on summitsalon.com/MC Live, you can see all of this was the, what I think it was like the 55th episode. So you can watch all the prior episodes on YouTube, but these are curated if you get to it through summitsalon.com/MC Live. So great show tonight. Next Thursday, going to have another ninja grad from a top 20 school. And I'll surprise you. I don't want to give it away. I'll tease you on my page this week. So wonderful hanging out with you. Going to end it the way I always end it. And here we end it with, my hero. Here he comes right now. Oh, wow. What? Chloe Grace, you're right. Blake is the best. He made boom. And we got the monkeys off the bus. Shannon, he is a top 20. Wendy, good to see you. I'll see all you guys next week. Have big explosive Fridays and Saturdays, and I love you all. Thank you, L'Oreal, PPD. Thanks, Salon Centric. Thanks, State Beauty and RDA. And thank all the Summit Salons for this community that is now well over about 40,000 service providers and growing. So you're awesome people, and I'll talk to you soon.